This time on Mike Peters' Amazing World of Toys, I've got something fun to share with you first of all. This little fellow. This little fellow, is he an antique? No. He's something I made, back in 1980 when I was at school, yes. And the reason I wanted to share him with you was because I was having a conversation with my brother the other day, and we were laughing about, well, it was not about laughing so much about this, it was about things that we made when we were at school. And I thought it would be a really fun idea. Well, we were joking about, it sounds a little bit like David Brent with his monkey tennis. But no, we were talking about an idea for a BBC show. It was called Folkart Frenzy, and the idea is it's like people's artifacts that they made when they were at school. And I made him this little owl. I made him when he was at school, and I laughed because there was a very famous owl that was on the Antiques Roadshow, the Henry Sandon. Somebody brought into Henry Sandon, and I'd imagine if I bought him this, he would be most upset. Well, it's not very well made, he'd say. And the other thing that I made, for my Folkart Frenzy was this jug, and it's really funny because the jug I made a little bit later than the owl. But once my mother had a friend came round to her house, and she saw it on my mum's mantelpiece, and she said, "Oh, is it a family heirloom?" Well, maybe she was being polite, but it was just funny. But no, but that's what we were laughing about. My brother and I, we were laughing. We were thinking, well, it would be a really fun thing to do if people like dug out, because they must be there in people's homes, like the things that they made, like the arts and crafts that they made when they were at school. And I just think there's something about the things that, especially the little owl, there's something about the things that you make especially when you're a child. I mean, of course, it's very crude and everything, but also it is kind of folk art, I think. Anyway, so if you think the same thing and you've got something that you have in your childhood, take a picture of it, and you can send it to I've got my email address, I put it up there, Mike Peters Amazing World of Toys @gmail.com. Yeah, just send it to me. Just say what it is, because it might be an abstract, or just please put a description about what it is, and say when you made it. Just say how old you were when you made it, or and what year it was made. And I'll mention them. I just think they're really fun. If anybody else wants to send them in, I would love to. I'd love to share those with you. And the other thing that I wanted to share with you tonight was, let me move that out of the way, was actually something that I found, on my shelf in a few pieces, but it's a really lovely toy. I wanted to share it with you. It is, of course, part of NASA's Apollo spacecraft, and this was a 1/72nd scale Dragon model, and I actually built the kit, but this is not the kit. This part was a pre-finished part. I was lazy, and because I couldn't, I wasn't able to get the finish on the model. My modeling skills are not good enough to do that, so I actually built the model, and then it's a big model. I think it was 1/72nd scale, so I think it was about, was it 4 foot, over 4 foot tall anyway, and it got knocked over one day, and it got broken. So the only parts that I could rescue, this part was part of the model that I built, but this is the engine, one of the engines that I kind of didn't trash. I just kept it because I could put quite a lot of work into building the model anyway. So that's what was left of it. But it was just it's just a really lovely model, I think. And so the this part comes off, and then you know, you have the silver capsule there. Yeah, just a really lovely model there, I think. So that's by Dragon. I had also had the Airfix. Well, I think it might be Revel now. I think I've reboxed it, but I've kind of built them all over time. All of the model kits of the Saturn V. But this is Dragon, the 172nd, and a Dragon model. And I think it's still available in stores as a kit, and also as a pre-finished model as well. But the pre-finished one is quite expensive. This part, I only got the last part because I was lazy. I couldn't be bothered to finish, and didn't have the skills to finish, the modeling skills to finish it to that standard. But yeah, so I thought it was fun to share. I thought that would be fun to share with you. So yes, thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'm still running my competition for my new subscribers, so please do subscribe. I just also have a shout out. I wanted to give a quick shout out while I'm having my slurp of my tea to one of my YouTube heroes, to Martin Zero. He always has a brew and a biscuit or something that he has with his brew. Well, I'm having a Walker's Pure Butter Shortbread. So yeah, he's one of my YouTube heroes. So a big shout out to Martin Zero there. Okay, like I said, thank you so much for joining me. Like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you next time. Stay safe, keep collecting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.